Hey guys, I got a new special little thing I want to share with you. A new member to the Noble Knife family. A knife I'd seen a few times at my local Sportsman's Warehouse that I paid a little bit of attention to because of what it looked like, and it had a clearance sticker on it. But it had one thing about it that really turns me off about knives. So I passed on it. Went back and forth to Sportsman's Warehouse. That's the only decent knife store we have here in Redding, California. Passed it up, kept checking it out. Probably checked it out, been looking at it for almost a year now. The price never changed. The clearance price was always the same. So this last week I went in there and purchased the Skyline, which I showed you guys in an early video, which I love it. I love how light it is. But I'm not talking about this. It's funny that I say how light that is considering the knife I'm going to show you now. The new one, I was looking for something different. Something not horribly expensive, just something different. So I talked to the guy that worked there, and I talked to him pretty regularly and said, "Hey man, what's the story with this knife? Let's take a look at it." He's a pretty knowledgeable knife guy, and so we pulled it out, played it, looked at the steel, and talked about it a little bit. I mentioned to him that, hey, I noticed it'd been there quite a while and hadn't adjusted in price. So I thought, what the heck, have him ask his manager and see, if he was able to drop the price. Not with my hopes up real high, because those big retail corporate places don't do that too often. So he went and asked his manager, and manager came by and said, "Oh, I'll go check for you." Blah, blah, blah. Manager comes back after a while and says, "I'll do this price," out the door. And it was $70 off the original price, which their prices are usually good anyways. So I think it was originally $100 off, or somewhere around $100 off the very original price. Then $70 off their price, and then it was another $20 off of their clearance price. So I flipped it and played with it for a little bit. Blah blah blah. Left the store. Had to go think about it. Decided to come back and get it. I had to think about it a little bit. Nothing. I wasn't really in love with it, but 30-day return policy. I'll try it. So came back, paid my $100, which once you guys see it, I can't believe it's a $100 knife, considering the materials and just everything. I can't believe it's $100. If any of you guys follow me on Instagram, you already know what I'm talking about. That would be, get to the point, guy, 3 minutes in, this guy right here, Ontario Knife Company. And most of you know Ontario's from their fixed blades, and everybody loves the Rat 1s and the Rat 2s. Well, this is called the XM1. You're like, what? I never heard of that. A lot of people haven't. I couldn't really tell you why it didn't get all of the recognition it so justly deserves, I believe. And actually, Mr. Jeff over there, Tough Thumbs, he thought it should have got a lot more recognition than it did. And now I don't even know where I was going with that. Anyways, everybody that I know loves Ontario. So I thought, what the heck, I'll try it out. I think part of the reason why a lot of people pass is because it's so freaking thick. I mean, look at this bastard. It's twice as thick as the Skyline. And I think it's almost 3 times as heavy, because of these big, fat, almost solid aluminum handle scales on it. And it's anodized in this really grippy anodized coating. I can't believe how grippy it is for being aluminum, because I have the Knockout, the Kershaw Knockout, that's supposed to be coated in a similar coating, and it's not very grippy at all. This is very grippy. It better be for combat deployed. It's the first knife I've got with all this crazy writing on it. Here, and well, I guess most of them say something on the blade. So, it's not assisted. Just plain old thumb studs, no flippers. But let me let you guys hear it for the first time. Yeah, see how easy that opened? I haven't taken a look at the washers, but from what I see, they look just like they're bronze phosphorus washers. Fairly good sized ones, since you can see them through there. XM1, there's the serial number, which is my first knife with a serial number stamped on it. And here's the cool part. My lighting is horrible today. It is, look at the thumb studs blocking that. That's so funny. Well, I can't believe I'm having such a hard time with the lighting. N690 CO. Now this version of N690 I read has more cobalt in it, and it's supposed to make it even more stain resistant. The little blurb I read on it said it's actually just as stain resistant as Spyderco's H1. That's what it said on the web. Whatever. Made in Italy, as you guys can see. That's very cool. Not a whole lot of manufacturing is made in Italy other than Lion Steel. You guys can tell me what other ones are made in Italy, but that's cool. Everything I have is either made in the USA, China, or Taiwan. First thing in Italy. Oh, she's a little dirty there. What else do I want to tell you about it? I weighed it. It weighs about 6 ounces. It's pretty heavy. I did take off the pocket clip. The pocket clip is only point down, which was kind of disappointing because of how this tail end is made. It's made to be a bludgeon, a impact device. It's almost, I wouldn't say it's almost got an edge, but it's got a very pointy butt on it here, and it's meant for clocking people. If you don't want to stab them, you can always just knock them out, I guess. I'm always surprised you buy a knife that has a impact tool on it. It's just like, I guess if you want to hurt them and you don't want to kill them, okay. But it is heavy enough to really make that effective. I can give it that much, that it's got enough heft to it to give your hand enough heft to really, I mean, it will hurt you. What else does she have? Oh, one of the coolest things about it, my first knife with this material, titanium liners. How about that? Titanium is so popular right now. She actually has titanium liners. Pretty cool, huh? Great jimping right there. Great thumb ramp right there. Best thumb ramp I've ever had my hands on. At least on a fixed blade, or excuse me, at least on a folder. With the thickness of this handle, the size of my XL Plus hands, best fitting knife, best grip I've ever felt in my life. On a flipper, on a folder. This grip right here, with your index finger going right into that choil, your thumb right on that thumb ramp, with the jimping there and there. I mean, a lot of work can be done that way with no slippage and a lot of comfort. I mean, if somebody had to use their knife all the time, I would highly recommend that over something like so that's comfortable, because the Skyline has that good choil, but it's small. You're going to get fatigued because you're always having to extra grip that little small handle, this just fits. It almost feels like a pistol grip. It's that good. It's that fitting. I mean, you're meant to hold on to that bad boy. I know they built it for military deployment for the guys to use and cut and hammer and jab. I can see, especially if you had gloves on, this thing would be a heck of a grip gloved. One of my favorite things about it is that. That is cool. Go from this, I'm guessing that's a spear point, to that little abrupt little triangle right there. It's got that cool little hook on it. That's just cool looking. It's one of the coolest blade profiles I've ever seen. It's got that little hat on it. It's got the cool little cutout here. And that great sound of titanium on steel. Great sound. Oh, it almost sounds as good closing as it does opening. Got that nice solid little detent. You can hear it. Oh. Seriously, $100. $100. I think this is probably the closest thing to a custom that I own, with just how well it is built and the materials. It is so nice, guys. It is. I'm really excited about it. I was really hesitant at first, but I am super stoked about it now. It is really nice. Really nice piece of equipment. Really happy with it so far. I am, however, going to have Tony stonewash this for me because I'm not super happy about bead blasted. It makes it look kind of cheap, you know, like a cheaper Kershaw. So I'm going to have him stonewash that for me, give it more of a rugged look, match that dark handle a little bit better. And the lockup on it is excellent. I don't think you could even... It's got that cool groove in it, kind of like the Spyderco Southern has, where it's curved, so it's not really going to move past that without an enormous amount of wear. So excellent lockup, as you can see. Got a long ways to go if it goes anywhere with that, the way that's made. Telling you guys, extremely solid, extremely good value. At first I was just like, I'll check it out for a couple of days, but I'm probably going to bring it back. I don't think so. Great knife. So I'm running kind of long here. I'm going to let you guys go. Give you another quick overview. Got those cool grooves in the aluminum. Your impact there. Combat deployed. Titanium. Oh, I love that. So smooth. Let's see if I can do it very lightly and get it all the way out. Almost. A little bit more. And I haven't lubed it or anything. I'm going to take it apart, clean it out because I think it's got some gunk in there. Put some good lube in it, and it will be just butter. Alright guys, sorry I went a little long. I'm really excited about this. And it's kind of cool that nobody else has one. Shoot, nobody hardly ever even heard of it. So, let me know. Let me know out there if anybody else has one. Have any stories, any ideas, any recommendations. It is an accidental awesome. Accidental awesome. That's my new phrase. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around for 15 minutes. Alright, one more time. Woo. Alright everybody, take care and have a good night.